every year.
Oh, I watched Canary Effect last night.
How'd you think? What'd you think?
It's like I couldn't believe some of the sound bites that they were including. Like the thing Ronald Reagan was saying, where it's like we give them reservations, we give them this. I don't know what their complaint could be. Like that
That's
dude
why
was
I
a
don't
pres
under.
that dude was a
That's why
president
I
of the
don't.
United States.
Exactly. That's why I don't trust any government. But I don't understand. My grandma was like, Ronald Reagan was the best president. I was like, how, grandma? You paying attention? Because she used to watch him on TV. I was like, I
I
used to
knew
watch
that
Trump too.
I knew that the reses were bad, but like some of the stuff on there, man, that's
That's why
really bad.
I really wanted to vote for McCain because he fought hard for Pine Ridge to have water.
Oh, okay, wow, I didn't
So
know that.
McCain was like number one. The Obama won. And if he honestly didn't get Sarah Palin, who also hates natives and Eskimos,
Yeah.
then I would have voted McCain all the way.
Hmm. I saw him on there, but I couldn't tell if like he was asking questions, but I couldn't tell if he was like a proponent for Indian affairs or what.
No, because he got pissed off because of the water, because the water was black.
Oh yeah.
So that's how I knew he was because, and that's one thing McCain. He did try to look out for people, even though he was Republican and stuff. I would have enjoyed McCain, but it's like, damn it, McCain, you have a room with Sarah Palin.
What's going on?
He watched Canary Effect.
Ah,
The one thing I was at that just makes me sad is the suicide pact.
Yeah, and it
One by
didn't make
one, they
news.
all, yeah, like one by one. And a lot of them, they do that still today. I mean, just recently there was well, kind of like the MIW and stuff. Like you didn't hear about Misty Umbridge and stuff. So it's
Whoever
just,
that is.
she's the native actress that went missing.
Oh.
Apparently she was raped at the Golden Globes and she was accepting an award. And then all of a sudden she went missing. And then she was found and they said it was suicide. So I was like, she was missing for months. But a lot of Native women and girls go missing.
Yeah, I know
I
about
follow,
that.
I follow this page on Facebook and it's all young girls. There's
Do
a
you
few 40-year-olds.
do you do you like read books and stuff? I read this really good book called Yellowbird, and it's like this journalist followed this lady who was uh, like a Mandan Hidatsa or whatever, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yate
Yeah,
and
hey.
she
yeah.
and she uh, I first heard about her in a news story or like a news. No, it was like one of those NPR shows or whatever that they show on or the show on the weekends or whatever, or I guess air on the weekends, not a show. Anyways, she was like looking for her niece that went missing on the reservation and like tracked down. The law wasn't doing anything because it was like an intersection
Native
of
land.
jurisdiction. Yeah,
Mhm.
and the feds didn't want to get involved with that evidence, but then they didn't want to
Native land.
accept. They didn't want to accept her evidence and everything. Finally, she finally gets the guy who did it. She like was calling him on the phone every day, and finally gets him to confess and everything, and that's how they finally got him. But there's a really good book called Yellowbird about that same lady where uh, this this oil company that's working on the reservation that's run by white people. They murdered another white guy, and then were covering it up. And then she was trying to get to the bottom of it. And the chief or the chairman was involved, the tribal chairman. But the first chapter or two, they talk about how they got relocated to that reservation in South Dakota, and then like they lived there for maybe they just lived there. No, this one was Spirit Lake, I think, because
Oh,
they lived there and they were like, you know, they lived there. There was a town, there were buildings, there was a graveyard and everything. And then the Army Corps of Engineers told them, "Hey, we're going to build a lake right here. So if you want to, you know, move the church, you have to move the church. If you want your ancestors to be buried somewhere, you can visit them. you have to dig them up and move them somewhere else. So there were people like who spent years digging up ancestors and bones and stuff so they can move them before the Army Corps of Engineers decided to just build a lake there. It was like that's
Well,
so
that's kind of
fucked
like
up.
Chesman Park in Colorado. A lot of
don't know
the
about that.
bodies are still. Chesman Park was a graveyard and stuff, but as Denver grew up, and it was kind of weird. I've seen some shit there, but I didn't know it was haunted. But yeah, all my Colorado friends are so fun because they just take us to places. But yeah, apparently they didn't. They lied and they said they removed all the bodies, which they didn't. So there's
Mhm.
still a lot of bodies underneath that park.
Wow.
It's all like, damn.
Is it like a native burial ground or just like a
No,
general?
it's a park. It's a park in Colorado. It's like in the
Oh, okay.
middle of Denver. It's one of their big parks.
Wow.
But yeah, that's where gosh, they fucking me. No, but that's where like a lot of the MMIWs, because a lot of oil guys and construction men come, and you can do whatever you want on native land because cops won't get involved because it's a free for all. So that's why a lot of native girls and women go missing. So I mean, like my cousin's boyfriend right now, he's Mexican, and he's allowed to have a gun and stuff, and cops can't touch him because he's on native land
Wow.
or sovereignty.
In the case of that one of Melissa Yellowbird's niece that went missing, the guy and his friends that killed her and like hid her body and stuff, they heard that she had drugs and that she was going to be on the reservation they were on, like she was coming to visit or something. So they like went out of their way to find her and like hang out with her or something, and then kill her because they thought she had drugs, and then it turns out she didn't, or didn't have as much as they thought, or I can't remember what it was. It was something.
The other movie I wanted to get for you was Dance Me Outside. And,
Dancing Outside.
Yeah.
How about that?
And, but it's kind of a story of like what happened in MMIW. What normally happened, but they're on the
What's
ground.
MMIW?
Missing and murdered indigenous women. Seen and murdered indigenous women.
Oh, okay.
So, but
How
this
about
white
that?
dude, these couple of white guys and stuff, and this Indian girl, she was trying to get her crush to dance with her and stuff in the movie. He's like a book smart native. He was all like he had no interest in partying and stuff. And she was like, "Come on, Coyote, come," and stuff, and he's like, "No," and so she went to the white guy. And this white guy was kind of like this punk looking dude. And so they're sitting there dancing in the bar and everything. And she tells them to dance her outside. And next morning, the main character finds her dead. So the
Jeez.
dude got first degree, or no, he got manslaughter. And then, so all the group of Indians that were all her friends and relatives, the dudes, they were going to kill him after we got out of jail. But
Killed the punk guy?
yeah. And so, but Silas, he cuts his foot. And so they already find him dead. They don't know who did it or what, but the cops told them, they were like, yeah, if the blood matches that dude, you guys are getting in there for life. So I was like, it's a native humor, but it's also very dark. It's a really good movie. I like it. So.
Yeah, I'd be happy to check that one out. I tried to watch The Last of the Mohicans, but I think my Xbox is kind of messed up or something, because like the music in movies is really loud, but the dialogue is really soft. So it makes, like, that movie was really difficult to watch. I didn't make it
Did you
off
see
right
Brent
there.
in there?
No, he was turned away from the camera. I mean.
Yeah, because he kept knocking the camera over. He kept
No,
pushing it back.
like I said, I didn't even get that far because like I said, the music was really loud, and I would turn it up to hear the dialogue, and then the music would blare. And I still couldn't hear the dialogue. It's got to be my Xbox or something.
It'd blare like Linda Blair.
And the Witch Project.
We're turning David more native every day. Even Lacey. Have you seen Dreamkeeper yet?
I tried to watch that one, and every time I would hit the play thing from the menu, it would like freeze.
Really? Is it dirty?
Yeah.
Well, I had it for a while.
It didn't look that scratched up. And I checked some of the other movies. Like I was able to watch Canary Effect, so I don't know.
Well, that one
be able
was
to
in
track it
mom's
down.
possession.
Oh.
Kai got Dance Me Outside stolen, got Smoke Signal stolen. And he was like, when we finally packed him up, and he goes, "Oh, one of mom's movies that didn't get stolen." I was like, "Good, Kai."
And then the people who stole them and tried to pawn them off, the joke was on them because they took them to the pawn shop. They said, "These aren't worth anything."
This is native media. What are you talking about?
Right.
I know you're really up close now.
Yeah, I've been told that my camera was really obscurity.
Who
So
told
the
you
love
that?
seat, are we gonna do that?
Yeah.
My idea, or are you thinking of something else?
Love scene?
Love seat.
Yeah, we could do that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like, oh, we're getting to the part of the podcast where we have a love scene.
No,
We're
I
all in
think we
quarantine.
should
How's
talk
that gonna
about
happen, Taylor?
What?
We're all in quarantine. How's that gonna happen?
I mean, I can love myself.
Oh my god.
uh
That's bright as fuck.